Hello everyone! Today we are going to introduce you to the new business model that will hopefully enhance your financial state. This is another new business running in the digital world and it is called the Farmers Coin. Farmers Coin is the new form of cryptocurrency that we present to you in this era of the digital economy. If you are familiar with Bitcoin, then this business works pretty much that way. However, we know that the value of Bitcoin has continued to increase very drastically from time to time, and this has made Bitcoin very expensive to purchase now. This is because the usage of Bitcoin is now highly demanded by a wide range of community for its efficiency and safety, while the available stock is limited and Bitcoin is difficult to produce. It has to be mined like gold, thus the cost keeps on increasing at a very high rate. So, although Bitcoin is probably still a profitable way of investment, Bitcoin's value now is way too high for some people, making it unreachable, especially for the beginners of cryptocurrency. The money needed is too high due to the factors we mentioned before. But with the Farmers Coin, we are aiming to try another way, that instead of the high cost of mining Bitcoin, we will use the way of farming the coins. And that is the solution we are giving to you. We want everyone to have the equal opportunities and access to this digital finance world. We are aiming to build the business together. And here we present to you our new business model, the Farmers Coin. The new business to build the future digital asset. So, Farmers Coin, or we can call Farco, is again the future digital asset which is created with the spirit of mutual cooperation, and it is produced through the mechanism of digital farming, making it easier to be managed and traded. We have mentioned before that Farco is intended to be an effective and profitable solution to the beginners of cryptocurrency. This will mainly happen because the concept of Farco will allow you to be involved throughout the process of development, where we will together plant the coins through the mechanism of digital farming. Hand in hand, we will start the process together so that in the future, we hope to reach our peak of production target, which is 100 million Farco. Globally, we aim to produce a total of 100 million Farco, which will later circulate in the trading market. As of today, we have released the initial seeds of 1 million Farco, which have been purchased by the buyers during the initial coin offering or ICO. These seeds are the foundation to our plans, which will hopefully grow into a lot more in the future. Here we present to you the mechanism of Farco production and how it will grow. As we all know, there has been 1 million initial seeds which are then planted in the fields. When planted in the fields, these Farco seeds will then grow at the rate of 0.133% each day from the total amount of seeds planted in the very beginning. The result of this growth will then be harvested every day for 1,000 days. So here's the illustration. If we plant 1,200 Farco in the beginning, then our harvest output will be 0.133% of 1,200, which is 1.6 per day. This means we will be able to obtain 1.6 Farco until 1,000 days, making the total of 1,600 Farco by the end of the duration. An important thing to know is that Farco seeds can only be planted in the Farco digital field called the Farco block, and this field can only be rented from the Farco system. The Farco seeds themselves can only be purchased from the farmers who have obtained their harvest output, or in the future, will be available in the trading market. For the time being, one seed of Farco will cost you 10,000 rupiah, but this price may change according to the market price applied at that period of time. The increase and decline in the price of Farco are also highly dependent on the supply and demand. First thing first, you have to know that there are two types of Farco accounts. The first type is the member only, and it is free. These members are those who have the Farco wallet without the digital field, and they can only sell and buy Farco in the trading market or from the harvest output of the farmers. Meanwhile, the second type is the farmer, who has the significant role in planting the Farco in the digital field. However, it is not free to become a farmer, since you have to rent the digital field of various block capacities, which will be explained later on the video. There are 5 simple steps to be a Farco farmer. Firstly, you need to choose the Farco block that you desire. As soon as you have chosen the type of block, you will then buy and plant the seeds according to the block capacity. Third, manage your Farco using the application and also manage the harvest output of your Farco. Finally, you will then be able to buy and sell your Farco in the Farco trading market. We have discussed before that the Farco seeds can only be planted by the farmers in the Farco digital field or the Farco block. These Farco blocks are offered in different types and each has different capacity of planting. Here is the table of the Farco block plant system. We are assuming that one Farco costs 10,000 rupiah, which is the price today, but it may change due to the factor of supply and demand. So firstly, to be a farmer and to start planting, you need to pay for the rental price of the Farco block, which depends on the block type that you choose. Starter type, for example, will cost you 25,000 rupiah, basic type is 50,000 rupiah, and so on. Then, each Farco block has its own capacity of planting, which is the total number of seeds which can be planted in each block. You can see the capacity as shown in this part of the table. Thus, from these two information, we can then calculate the total capital that you need to be a farmer by adding the rental price with the total price of the Farco seeds. Here's the example of the calculation for the starter type. If one Farco costs you 10,000 rupiah, then 37.5 Farco seeds in your block will cost you 37.5 times 10,000 rupiah, which is 375,000 rupiah. This amount is then added with the rental price of 25,000, giving the total capital of 400,000 to be paid in the very beginning. And moving on to the next column, the Farco seeds will then grow at a different rate according to the block type along the duration of 1,000 days. So if you run a starter block, you will then obtain a total of 50 Farco after 1,000 days, which is equivalent to 500,000. Meanwhile, the initial seeds that you planted, which is 37.5 Farco, will not be counted as your Farco anymore since they have been planted in the field. Lastly, farmers can also obtain many bonuses apart from their growth, which will be explained in the next slides. This is the illustration of the benefits that you can get. Assume that there are these increasing assets in the market. When a starter farmer, for example, has obtained the final harvest output of 50 Farco, and at that time the Farco price has increased to 25,000, then the farmer will obtain profit of 1.25 million rupiah, and so on. This is only an illustration, and this may change according to the real situation. This is an important warning for you to be aware of, that one person who wants to be a farmer can only own one account and choose one plan. And after you have obtained the final harvest output after 1,000 days, that digital field of yours cannot be planted and harvested anymore. The harvest output of Farco, as well as the Farco in the wallet of all members, can be easily transferred in between accounts. Farco is again an effective and efficient form of cryptocurrency, thus this kind of process will only require you several seconds and your Farco can be transferred to anywhere around the world. When you are watching this video, there is a high chance that the sender of this video has already become a farmer. In order for you to become a farmer, you can ask your sender to register it for you. After becoming a farmer, you too can register in other people. This process is what called the Referral Program, where you need to know the people who have already become a farmer first before you can be registered, and so on. This will finally build the networking of farmers. Moreover, with this program, you can also obtain more profits through the different bonuses Farco offers. So here's the explanation of the bonuses that we provide as a part of our marketing plan. The first bonus is called the sponsor bonus. It is basically the bonus that you will directly get when you have successfully invited others to join Farco and registered them as a new farmer. The amount of your bonus depends on the type of package planted by the person you sponsor. As you can see in this diagram, you are sponsoring Budi and Rudy. Budi chose to plant in the basic block, which means you will get the bonus amount of the basic package which is 12% of 75 or 9 Farco. While if really chose starter, then you will get 15% of 37.5 Farco and so on. So no matter what package that you own, the sponsor bonus that you obtain will depend on the package type chosen by the people you sponsor. Next is the pairing bonus, which is only applicable to the qualified farmer. The requirements to be a qualified farmer will be explained later on. This pairing bonus is the bonus that you obtain when there is a pair of revenues in the left and right groups. These left and right groups are all your networks, as you can see in the diagram. This is the left group, while the other is the right group. And then, assume that someone from your left group also sponsors another people, then they will still become your left groups. This pairing bonus works by accumulating the total seats planted from each group left and right, and you will then obtain the bonus of 5% from the total seats, or called the revenues. The amount of bonus you will get is 5% from the minimum revenue. However, there is a limitation to the amount of pairing bonus that you can get depending on your own block type. Let us take a look at this example. If your left group's revenue is 8,000 Farco, while your right group is 6,000 Farco, then your pairing bonus will be calculated by multiplying 5% with the smaller amount, which is 6,000, making the total of 300 Farco. But because you're mentioned here in the example to be a gold farmer, then the limitation, or called the flush out limit, is only 200. So you can only get 200 Farco as your bonus, while the 100 Farco will not be counted. Lastly, the royalty bonus, which also only applies for qualified farmers, is the bonus that you obtain when the person you sponsor has successfully obtained the sponsor and pairing bonuses. You can get the royalty bonus according to your own package, and this will apply without any limitations. For example, if you're a crown farmer, then you can get the royalty of 1.5% from the total bonus obtained by the people you sponsor. These are the requirements to be a qualified farmer who can get the pairing and royalty bonuses. You have to firstly succeed in sponsoring new farmers, and then the total seeds planted by the farmers you sponsor directly in your left and right groups will be calculated, and you have to get a total of 150 Farco as your revenue in your left group, and also 150 Farco as your revenue in your right group. Only by fulfilling these requirements that you can become a qualified farmer and achieve pairing and royalty bonuses, while non-qualified farmers can only get sponsor bonus. We are also limiting the stock of seeds that farmers can plant, which is 60 million Farco. When the limit has been reached, we will stop the referral program so that there will not be any new members which can be registered as a new farmer. Thus, there won't be any new plantings. Meanwhile, the Farco trading market will be opened when 1 million Farco has been planted by the farmers. In the future, we also plan to open the Farco marketplace once a total of 2 million Farco has been planted. In this marketplace, you will be able to sell and buy things like how it works in other marketplaces like Amazon and Tokopedia. For now, make sure that you have already installed the Farco mobile application in your phones, which can be downloaded from the Google Play. This application will really help you to easily transfer Farco, register new members, create wallet members, monitor your assets and network, PPOB shopping, digital payment, and others. And remember that if you do not want to be a farmer, you can still register the member account for free and get a free Farco wallet. This can be done only by registering your identity card number, phone number, and email address. So, what are you waiting for? Register yourselves now by preparing those documents. And then we have come to an end. These are all that we can present about our new digital business, Farco. You can also get more information by visiting our website in www.farco.co.id. Don't forget to contact the people who have shared to you this information. Those people should have become a part of the Farco farmers, and we are waiting for you too to join us as soon as possible. Hand in hand, let us build together the future digital asset. Thank you for your attention.